Good afternoon, traders. Going to provide a little presentation of how to better understand an inside day and what it tells you. And just like in previous videos, I always talk about the bigger picture. Where's price in relation to the moving averages on your daily chart? And you can see the ES is in pretty decent shape. 40 is going to be concerned. But the reason I bring this up is because the NASDAQ continues to kind of press down here towards its MA around 62, and that's going to be a concern as it has been since this morning. And I'll show that as well. You can see the Dow also tapping in above here. This is a daily MA. So, you're in this really strong bull market. And here's your ES chart. I'm going to briefly ram down the NASDAQ chart so you can see how well this has played as well, because everything really kind of took shape at about 9 o'clock. And, as much as I talk about the big picture in the daily, you always want to take a look at what this market does overnight because, like I've said in numerous videos, market repeats a lot of these patterns. And it's just, as a trader, you just have to recognize what occurs at these locations later during the trading session. So overnight, you had this 55, 57 low, and then we pretty much had a high above here. And ES opened up strong, and they ran them. The NASDAQ, they did the same as well. But you look at how the NASDAQ really kind of struggled to get going, and they rolled right back into their 15 MA. And ES was basically paying attention to that. And you can see this huge roll down that came at 9 o'clock that followed both of these markets. And you got all the way up here in the morning rotation, and they almost tapped S1 or R1. And, I understand we're in this extreme bull market, but you're running into these highs, and it gets to a point where they need to prove themselves up here. So you always have to pay attention to see if there's any type of failure, which you eventually did get right here. And then the teardown took place, and you can see the market continue to kind of find its way. But there were great opportunities. This was morning short off of R1 right there. And then you got the confirmation right here that further lows were coming. And the NASDAQ just could never even get over their daily pivot. And you can see where they're at now. And I think that's having a little bit of an effect on where we're at right now. Although you can see we're still trying to hold this big buy zone, which has been here all morning, which relates to this low right here. And I think we just tapped it again. So you see we held 60. It's an inside day. This is just all kind of chop. The market trying to find itself, but the NASDAQ keeps rolling, and it takes that with them. And here again, you came back down, and you pretty much double bottomed, actually triple bottomed. So the question will be, will we hold this level later in the afternoon? And we've had commercial buying here, which has provided you the support for the long at the daily pivot, but it needs to get going, and it needs a little help from the NASDAQ. So we're just going to have to see how this plays out. But it's kind of how you can play an inside day and be patient, wait for the locations, and take what the market gives you. Even when the market is kind of choppy like this, there's opportunity, but you really don't want to play this. It's too dangerous because by the time you get in, if you're not playing your parameters tight and taking into consideration what you're dealing, because you got a sell zone, a buy zone. It's chop. That's all it is. So, you could take shots at it and play with a small target, but you know what? You're just going to suck up too much commissions doing that. It's better to wait for the good opportunities from the deeper points, more significant locations, 55 low, commercial buying, and we're probably going to try and do it again right here. This is probably a buy. I probably shouldn't be taking this, but I'm doing this video. I'm going to lay off this for now. And that's just how you take advantage of it. All right. Be successful. Be patient. Good luck trading.